In the progression of creation, context is critical. Context is what? Critical. So God created fish, for instance, and put fish in water. God created plants, for instance, he put plants on soil. You understand now? If you take plants away from soil, they will not be able to survive. If you take fish away from water, it will not be able to survive. So God put man where? In Eden. Eden is the context. Now, there's a map I need to bring to church. It's a time map. It's not a geography map. It's a time map. I need to bring that map to church. But we don't know. It's so long, we will not be able to hang it. But I need to bring it to church. The context for which God put man was Eden. And what happened when man was driven out of Eden? I hope you know that a day with God is like what? 1,000 years. Have you read that scripture before? Okay, you have not. Okay, you have read that scripture. A day with God is like 1,000 years. How old was Adam before he died? You are a Bible scholar, you disciple people. How old? How old was he? Yeah. Now, is either you know it or not. Don't know. It's 969 years old. Do you realize that when Adam was cast out of the Eden, Adam did not have the potential, the power to live for one day? You're not with me? A day is equivalent to what? 1,000 years. In the eyes of God, that's what one day is. Adam's context is Eden, just like the context of fish is water. You take fish out of water, it will die. You take Adam and humankind out of Eden, you see, they can't survive one day. None of them could reach. Methuselah tried, but he could not reach one day. Because he has been taken out of his habitat. So Jehovah Elohim, which is the pre-incarnate name for Christ, took Adam and put him in the garden. Then he read out heaven's manifesto. The first thing that God revealed to Adam, having put him in his context, was dress this garden and keep it. That means Adam was supposed to multiply the trees that God had created until it dominates. So he was into horticulture business. And then the second aspect of his business was protecting territorial integrity, which was an aspect, and is not supposed to do that with AK-47. It was expected to do it with priesthood. Just like, even though you may have a gun in your house, but when Satan came to your house, you did not detect it, because your gun was not modified to confront that kind of adversary. So it's priesthood that we're talking about. So if you now see a situation where Satan was able to encroach into the garden and even find a serpent to possess, because when he was released from heaven, he was bereaved of his spiritual body. Demons and demonic entities are persons without bodies. He came into Eden, there was no priesthood. He trespassed the boundaries, came into the territory, had enough time to negotiate with the serpent, and the serpent accepted to accommodate him in his body. All of that took place because the man was not following the manifesto. He wore the body of the serpent and now had legitimacy to operate in the three-dimensional world. Are you there? So the first thing that you will see in God's manifesto was that God was giving man purpose. Dress the garden and keep it. That's purpose. The second thing God reveals is God's insulation or protection policy. God's protection policy. And what was that policy? In the day that you eat of this fruit, ye shall surely die. So God was determined to insulate that man from destruction because humankind is vulnerable. Humankind can be destroyed. Can you imagine that the issues that was on God's manifesto for Adam were issues of purpose and issues of life, of protection? The advertisement that Satan made in order to attract man's attention were on issues of a knowledge that was forbidden, that God did not want Adam to have. Someone had already given you a policy that covers your life and protects your existence, and it gives you a purpose. This one did not give purpose. It did not give protection. What was his selling point? When I read the book of Genesis, it's strange. It's very strange. And this was how the politics went with the first Adam. Now Satan now has the same opportunity with the second Adam. And what does he do? He took him to a high mountain. Oh my God. Sometimes Satan will wait for you until you become general manager. Because you need to be a high mountain before he can discuss this matter. He will wait for you. If you are still taking orders, you are still a deputy manager, he might not bring. But when you now arrive at the high mountain, he has a discussion for people on the mountain. It brings a fuller disclosure of his manifesto to the to the second Adam. Brings a fuller one. If I bring the time chart that I hope to bring, just that it's too big, I can show you that no man was able to make one day. Then I can also show you additionally that after the fall, life expectancy reduced by a quarter. After the flood. And if you give me time, I can tell you the things that happened that led to that. And meanwhile, in God's manifesto, there were two products that God was advertising to man in the Garden of Eden. Are you there? Life and immortality. If he eats of the tree of life, he will not know death forever. So from the beginning, God's intention for humankind is not mortality. Mortality is a curse. It's a result of the fall. Are you there? So even though your job might be the job of an undertaker, and what you do is that you bury people, there is no human heart that is modified to be able to contain the grief of loss. Because in the original plan, God did not intend that men will die. Nobody can be at home with that because it was not in the original plan. I don't know what to say and what not to say. But Satan brings a full manifesto to the second Adam. Took him to a high mountain. It shows him the glory of this world. You know, Adam, the first Adam, did not have that opportunity. They were just in a garden. And the subject matter of discussion was fruit. Hi. The scope of engagement was limited, very limited. But for the second Adam, he needed a pedestal. He needed a height. He needed positional advantage. He needed coverage. He needed reach. Took him. Are you there? Showed him the glories of this world and the riches thereof. It's a soul trade that Satan was hoping to achieve. A soul trade. There are several dimensions of temptation that may not get to you until you are on the high mountain. You are capable in authority, you are capable in class, you are capable in finances, you are capable in societal respect. When you show up, people tremble. So if you go to downtown and say, hey, I'm available, in fact, you will sell out. And so may the Lord give you understanding. It was a soul trade that he was hoping to achieve with Jesus. It was when he came to Jesus that he brought the full manifesto. He didn't see any need to bring the full manifesto before Adam, because Adam, okay, are you there? Yes. Imagine that you give birth to a baby that is 6 months, but that baby is as grown up as an adult. So Adam was a small man in a big body because he was created big.